Okay, so I've just explained to you guys my idea. So my first question is, do you have any improvements for it?
I think because the idea of love is something which is famously done a lot. And I think when it's done well, it can be so amazing. But when it is perhaps too cliched or too kind of like stereotyped, it can feel like you're just watching the same thing that you've watched over and over again. So I think I love the idea. And I think if you really focus on making it original or not, or like, trying your hardest not to fall back onto like the cliched stereotypes of love that are often depicted in music videos, I think it could be something really like original that actually then makes it really, really interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree. Carrying on from that, because you said before, the idea of love and lust, you could explore because there's a lot of talk about what's the difference between love and lust.
Yeah.
So if you you can make it really interesting by exploring the differences and what works best with the song.
Perfect, thank you. And was there anything you liked about the idea? I know you've already spoken a bit about that, but...
I think, it's good. I think your song works well with the idea as well. I think you do very well at it.
Thank you. Okay, what locations do you think would be best suited? And what locations after that, what don't you think would be suited well?
I think for love ballads it's hard because you want whatever works best with the narrative. So if they met in a coffee shop, obviously you want to have them in a coffee shop. You don't want to pop them in a random location just for the sake of it. So it's hard because I think realistically it's whatever works best for the relationship of your characters and for the narrative story that you're trying to drive. But I think I find in music video, what's the genre? Pop ballads.
Pop ballads.
Pop ballads in general, that often quite isolated spaces work quite well.
Yeah.
Anything that just whatever reflects the mood of your music video the best, essentially.
Beaches and fields quite good, and woodland.
I think all round the beach is quite good.
Just
For a
something ethereal.
romantic location, beach is often good.
Yeah.
Two characters, just on their own.
Yeah, I think the idea of them being isolated, just the two of them, really reflects the genre, and it can make it more intimate in a way.
Okay, now say you're to go online and look for some pictures related to my style of video, what type of images would you be searching for?
Ben, you have an
I
idea?
think a sunset is generally quite good for that sort of theme.
Yes, I would agree.
I think just any classic semiotics of love, which is what makes it really hard because you want to lean into the stereotypes of the red rose and the holding hand, but not to the point where it becomes cliche and overdone.
I think
So it's a hard balance to kind of strike.
Yeah, and depending on what take you're taking on it, cloudy and sort of grey, can also be quite good, mist.
Yeah, it's how you want to depict the love that you're
But
trying to
then
show.
that's quite difficult because you've then got to figure out, you've got plans with it.
Of course.
You may not be able to get that.
Okay, and last two questions. Is there anything you hate in or dislike to see in particular music videos?
I mean, again, just cliches, which is again really hard because it's such a fine line to balance.
I like looking at videos. I hate having to watch a music video and it be the same as the one I watched before. I think it's really interesting when someone goes completely off book because it makes them stand out. Even if the song is cliche genre, the way you narrate it and the way you perform it can really change the meaning of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think building on that as well, the idea that it's not monotonous within your music video itself. If we're seeing the same clips of a couple holding hands at every single chorus, that's going to get boring. Even if it's a unique idea, it's going to get boring. But I think you can use the cliched ideas of love, but if you kind of use them in a sophisticated way, that it's constantly intriguing as a viewer, you're constantly kind of engaged and responding to this narrative. It keeps you hooked, I guess. I think that's what then draws the viewer in.
Yeah, thank you. And lastly, would you have any advice to help me structure my idea and build it further?
I'd say really think about what you want the audience to take away from the depiction of love, because love is such a broad spectrum. It can literally cut from heartbreak to soulmates and everywhere in between, and then even then it's got tragic love, heartfelt love, all of these different. Love is such a broad spectrum. So I think really, really challenge yourself and narrow down it to the very specific definition of love that you want to portray, and then from that build on your ideas of like the cliches and the stereotypes and the locations to fit that very specific view, because then I think that would also help you avoid cliches if you've got a very narrow-minded or a very focused
Yeah.
view and a message that you want to share.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.